up, troll? What's up? What's up? Boy, you fucking trolls get Jamie all flustered. Ain't shit. Just figured I'd turn on the live for a minute or two and say what's up. Man, I got fucking I got old Joe to like me fucking, and now I got some cocksucker over there because I put 6:30 a.m. instead of 5:30 a.m. and I got some cocksucker trying to expose me. Yeah, I like Jamie too. Jamie's a good dude. Hell yeah. Fucking goddamn brother trolls. You motherfuckers corrupted me. the goon, the goon has gone. Yeah, yeah, it's funny. I asked where LMP's been last night, and now LMP's here. What up? I guess I dreamt you into existence. That's right. I dreamt it into existence. Hell, I got Angry Joe to like me too, but I got Scotty trying to fuck me. Scotty trying to fuck me hard, that son of a bitch. I had fucking him shouting me out and shit, telling me he really liked me. And next thing you know, old fucking General Scotty decided to fucking call me out because I fucked up and I put fucking the wrong fucking time by an hour. Oh, you were on last night? Hell yeah. Oh yeah, Joe's angry as fuck. He's not gonna be an all the time kind of guy. But he gonna be a part time morning guy for me, I think. You're hungover as shit, LMP? Hell yeah. That happens. That happens. I mean, I don't personally drink. I'm an organic kind of guy. What up, Jamie? Not a whole lot. Just, the same old, a little bit of talking, a little bit of bullshitting, a little bit of laughing. The boy done deleted his fucking channel, so that kind of sucks, but that's all right. He'll be back. He'll be back. Yeah. I don't miss the fucking mornings of, waking up feeling like I ate 6 loaves of bread with a headache and shit. Like, but I will tell you though, like, there's a there's a pretty easy way around the hangover if you drink liquor. You know, if you drink liquor and even wine, the same thing. Get one of those Brita fucking water pitchers, you know, the ones that filter water, or zero, the Brita or zero pitchers, and run your fucking vodka or your wine, whatever, through that Brita filter. That removes all the hydrocarbons and shit. It can turn fucking Nikolai vodka into fucking tasting like Grey Goose. And then if you run cheap wine or whatever through it, you know, it takes the hydrocarbons out as well. And you don't get that shit ass fucking, you know, hangover in the morning. I know it's an extra step to drink, you know, but fucking whatever, run all your shit through first thing before you start drinking, and then you're ready to roll. Back when I was a vodka drinker, that's what I did, man, because I drank Grey Goose a lot and it was expensive as fuck. So I started getting that cheap ass shit and running it through. Worked perfect. I got you. I don't really have anything, you know, planned to show on this live stream or anything. Like I said, I just came in to say what's up, you know. Fucking, I don't plan to be showing anything right now or nothing. Man, because of some questionable shit, we never even got to play fucking most of it. We played some videos of him, trying to, you know, get little kids to go into Snapchat and stuff. And yeah, he became too famous. That's it. But nah, he tried to, get 10, 11-year-old, what he thought was 10 and 11-year-old kids into Snapchat. He told some weird fucking, stories like to his grandmother. It's all on the live replays, but it's all questionable shit. And we were just watching the shit on live stream, talking about it, saying that it's fucking weird. And next thing you know, the motherfucker nuked his channel because Sonya fucking, asked him about some things, and fucking, he tried to talk in circles and lie and everything. And, she called him out. He nuked the Discord and the fucking channel. And then fucking like 2 nights later, he nuked his family channel. When we were watching the live streams directly off of his channel, he tried to tell everybody that it was fucking AI. Yeah, man, I'll continue to fucking, review his shit. I am still, I'm not going to straight up call him a chomo yet, but I am saying there's too many questionable things around him, in my opinion, for it to all be nothing. Oh, yeah. What are you talking about, LMP? Bullshit, it was AI. Okay. It was AI played directly off of fucking his channel? Okay. But oh, him saying it was AI. Yeah. I'm sorry. I'm a dumbass. I've told you this before. I'm an idiot. I don't catch on to internet shit that easily. But now I'm not saying that I disagree with what Zombula just said. I'm not disagreeing. I am the channel owner here at Extra, so I am not going to form a 100% opinion of my own. Yeah, he tried to come in here defending the shit, but he also fucking then after that he tried to say somebody hacked into that account and was the one in here talking. But he fucking, everybody knows if anybody tries to get into your Google account, fucking, it sends you a 2-step verification to the phone. And I know his was set up that way because back when he wanted me to get into his shit, he had to approve it for me. Guys, that's another internet thing there. I need to know what the fuck that means. What's SMH mean? I see that shit but never know what the fuck it means. And I never wanted to ask so I didn't look like a fucking retard, but... Has anyone talked to Mike McAllister about... I cannot find a phone number, Zom. I need a fucking phone number. I need help finding it. I can't find it. I tried to do the same thing I did with Lisa last night, or yesterday, but I can't find it. Oh, shaking my head. I got you. Cool. All three of you told me. Hell yeah. But if we can find Mike's phone number, yes, I would like to give him a call. Alright, awesome. Yeah, see, you can figure out. Text it to me or email, either way. That's fine, if you get it. I don't have Facebook, or I would do that as well. Can you set up a Facebook account for the fucking Extra account? I'll do it from there. I don't give a fuck. Hell yeah. If you're able to, try to use the same pictures, for the the avatar and shit, that's on the Extra channel here. And fucking Metalhead is defending the fuck out of Jay. Like, that's his new boy, you know? So, yeah. Pretty much in a gross way, yes. Metalhead refuses to fucking, listen to any of it unless he has a cold hard confession, basically. Come on, the last two trolls, smash that like button. There ain't no sense in lurking without the like button. Nobody knows it was you. Where else at this point are you gonna see a fucking moon rock? Oh yeah, I agree with you, Ashley. What's up, fucking whatever, however you say your fucking name there? I don't know. I mean, that's what it appears like. I don't know if she did or not. You know, haven't talked to her. I know she fucking went off on them. In a Discord message. Yeah, Zom. I love the internet so fucking much that I have ordered a whole new fucking laptop last night. This is fucking great. I'm gonna have like fucking 6 laptops across my fucking desk when I get back out to the house. Fucking just, we gonna be getting it. I fucking, with my other channel, I fucking, what about Epstein files? Hey, we're way past the Epstein files. We're on to the E2 files. But what the fuck was I saying? God damn it. Ugh. Oh yeah. With my main channel, my daughter and my buddy, the partner, has always been the ones that pretty much do everything. So I never really got into it. I just watched the shit after they put it together. And the most I got into the internet was the virtual reptarium. I started doing the live streams on that, but and putting together the short videos. But you know, this has changed everything. This has fucking created a monster. Some. Yep. Hell yeah. Harry, I did. I did. Hell yeah, GTO. Fuck yeah. LMP left. Nah, not George. I don't, not that I know of anyway. As far as I'm concerned, Sonya's welcome here. Hell yeah. Good deal. Well, then we all three on the same page. Fuck it. You know, like I said, the only type of people that get blocked around this bitch is the Frank White kind of guy, or fucking chomo protectors. Yeah, exactly. Guys, I don't know who the fuck it was, but I was on a different stream last night and fucking somebody called out my fucking main channel name. So somebody fucking knows me, like, and I once again, like a fucking idiot, I didn't fucking think to, write down the screen name that called out my name and shit, and all of that. Like, I need to do better. I need to do better. It's not a big deal. They ain't gonna hurt me. They ain't gonna fucking hurt me. They weren't mean about it, They just basically said hi, but they put my fucking shit in there. Now, Frank didn't do anything specifically to me. Frank just, you know, talks stupid fucking in real life shit. And I don't know whether he really does it or not, but I have yet to see anybody other than Metalhead, really respond to his bullshit. That's all. I mean, I'm almost certain, Frank White is the same person as some other people we have talked about, but, as with any of this shit, you can't be 100% sure. Exactly. That tells you every fucking thing. Either way, yeah, there's levels to this shit. What level are we on now? Definitely not George. There's no way you haven't fucking seen him fucking running his mouth saying shit. There's no way. As much as you're around and he's been around, you've had to have seen it. You know exactly what the fuck we're saying. But either fucking way, it's fun either way. He called South Carolina Department of Natural Resources about my snakes and Home Depot tubs. But either way, we good, bro. He's a troll. That's not George though, Zombula. It even says right in his name it's not George. Gotcha. See, I told you, Zom. It says right there, definitely not George. So I really don't think that's George. And I don't think it's definitely not George, so it definitely can't be. Never mind. Never mind. Your secret's safe with me, not George. Yeah, it's not George. Definitely not George. No, it's not, troll. Good. It is definitely not George. There you go. Good, good, good. I thought that's what you meant. Yeah, George. We know it ain't, buddy. We know it ain't. We know you're not George, and we know you're not a bunch of them other guys, too. We know for sure. Who the fuck is George, anyway? Here, I'm gonna give y'all a sick cloud hit. There you go. Y'all can rip all the clouds you want. Ashley, quit trolling my friend Zum. We ain't gonna stand for that shit here. Be serious. Yeah, but you knew he was joking, and now you're taking advantage of what he said when he was joking. I haven't seen Alice. We're talking about George right now, GTO. Who the fuck is George? I don't give a fuck about Alice. I know it is GTO. I know that. Oh, fuck. How's your boy Scott on the air doing? I'll bet you George is E2. I'll bet you. You're right, not George. You're right. I think you're right. Where'd LMP go? Oh yeah, there's definitely something. He already said that he was on Meet Me. We have got a full confession that he was on there, guys. A full confession. Hey, where did Zero Below disappear to? Definitely not George. Where'd he go? We ain't seen him. Perfect, Katie. Yeah, that's what we need. Something just like that. Oh shit, Patrick's here. What up, Patrick? Nah, nah, the moon rock's still there. I was letting y'all take some sick vape rips. I was letting y'all take some sick vape rips so you could blow some clouds. Yeah, I know it, man. If I ever wake up in the morning and I come in here to find the moon rock out of this cage, I am fucking running. I am gonna have to get the professional South Carolina Department of Natural Resources to help locate it. You know, that could be very dangerous. Oh yeah, yeah. Zero donated some money to him. You know, I knew that, and Zero donated under a couple of different accounts. Like, see that's the thing. Like this, a couple of the people that have donated, you know, they forgot. Like back in the Cash App days, you know, not 100% the super chat days, but the Cash App days. I was able to see who was sending Cash App donations. And use your imagination from there. But yes, you are correct, Zone. I donated money to E2. I donated a couple $100, you know, all together to him. But that was in the very, very beginning days, you know, and I knew nothing about him other than, you know, somebody who was struggling to make his YouTube channel go anywhere. Smash that like button, trolls. We need at least one more like here to get our numbers even. Hit the like button. Come on. Come on. Give me the 8 likes. Jay got you for $10. I gave $6 for the plant egging and a few bucks for the ghost hunt. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The plant egging fucking. I kicked that one off. I gave him fucking $20 to get that one kicked off, and then you donated, and one other person donated during the egging. You gave him nothing. Fucking trolls won't hit the like button for me. Hell yeah. Had I known, I would have never gave him a fucking dime, but I had no fucking clue. Of course, like at the time that, I came in and started watching him and, talking to him and shit, it was the cartel story. I never knew anything about, accusations. I never heard any of his older stuff. I never knew nothing. But then fucking, soon as they fucking, ran me out of there, and somebody pointed out a couple of things to me, or actually just before I got ran out of there, the day before I got ran out of there, I was told about the grandfather thing, and I questioned Jay on the phone, and he admitted to it. And then by the next fucking, later that night or the next day, that's when he wouldn't talk to me no more, and that's when I started looking even deeper. Man, that cartel story, he never did say. I have emails where I told him, Jay, I don't believe your story. It's bullshit. It's obviously bullshit. But, if I can pay directly to these people that are threatening you, I will pay your debt completely to them myself. But I'm paying directly to them. I'm not sending it to you. So he ended up giving me a different Cash App name, and the amount went from fucking 50 or 60 up to $100. And I fucking said, I checked into that Cash App, and that Cash App was his Cash App. The grandfather thing, Harry, that is, you know what? Fuck that. If anybody wants to hear the grandfather thing, I need 2 more likes on the screen. We're going to play it that way. Uh-oh. No, I'm not a faggot. My best friend is. And I can say that. Yeah, Flames 126 is an architect for sure. Absolutely, Patrick. I said if I can pay directly to them, I will pay it for you. Yep. Wow. Wow, what happened? Somebody had to call me a faggot fucking because I'm starting to touch on a subject that they don't like, huh? Yes, sir. Oh. Oh. Uh-oh. reason, I was called a nagger. Uh-oh. I was called a chainsaw. Uh, the trash has already ran and deleted their account. It was Jay, yeah. I bet it was not George. You stole Zom's phone. Alright. One more like, and we will hear the grandpa story. We will listen to the grandpa story. One more like. Come on, one of you fucking lurkers. Well, maybe, maybe not. He told it himself. Yes, the grandpa story happened according to Jay himself. Yes. And you know what, guys? I think that that has been enough said right there. Um, I think that's enough there, to understand it. Bottom line is fucking, the only thing I'm gonna say is fucking. Somebody had told me back when I still did talk to Jay the very it was either the very last day I talked to Jay or the day before. I cannot remember 100%, but within that last day or so, somebody had told me about the grandfather supposedly. Well, they didn't even tell me the grandfather at the time. They told me somebody abused one of Jay's kids. And I did not believe their story, from, them just telling me. So I wanted to confirm it myself. So I asked Jay myself, and Jay confirmed it. He said, yes, it happened. It was not me, it was her grandfather. So that was the end of it. I mean, it was very short to the point, and that was it. He said it was her grandfather that abused her. And I never asked specific details on how she was abused or none of that. And yes, we are talking about sexual abuse. We are not talking about, emotional abuse or something. So he confirmed that. And after confirming that, I never got to talk to him again. So I don't know. I don't know any more than that about it. I do know that the grandfather has a history aside from that. But other than that, I don't know. I don't know no more. I don't know who the history involves or nothing. On Christmas?
Trade sign. Somebody brought me the tape. They said, you gotta hear this. That's what I heard. It was him talking about putting this girl in the trunk and driving off the bridge. Come on, hey, we going to the beach. Have a couple of toys and that dad strapped you in the car seat. Where's mama? He's taking a little nap in the trunk. He said, it's a white dude. He was nasty. So I was starting to let the homies listen, and I let them hear it first, and I
Yeah, that's what it said. It said, hello, my little extra friends, you'll never catch me. Hey guys, do you remember the Energizer Bunny? Jay's here? Alright. So you remember, the Energizer Bunny, when you put the battery in, it kept going and going and going. Does anybody know what happens if you put the battery in backwards? Oh, it might. It might, yeah. V is a virgin? What? He keeps coming and coming and coming. That's right, Zom. You've heard that one before? No, you haven't heard it. You just figured it out. That's cool. Oh, fuck. It is a good one. Jay, now would definitely be a good time to set any record straight when it comes to the accusations. A lot of people had your back, so you owe it to them. Mm. He did. He admitted to dating two of them. Yeah, motherfuckers. Yes, Lloyd's ASMR scams. This is a troll free space. Please conduct yourself accordingly and welcome. Hey guys, this is gonna buffer for a second. Nah, it'll buffer for a second, but I'll be right back. Yeah, I doubt it is too, Zom. Talk to Ashley. Oh, I got you. I got you. All right, what was I doing here? I was doing fucking something. I had the dang live paused. Oops. Damn it. See now you got to get all caught up on the video. What the fuck, guys? So, for anybody here that doesn't know, ladies and gentlemen, test subjects, and people who accidentally clicked on this thinking it was a Minecraft tutorial. Today, I'd like to introduce you to a very special being, not a person, not a robot, not even a normal YouTube channel. Today, we meet E2Extra. Now, if E2Extra were human, hypothetically, for legal and evolutionary reasons, it would not be born in a hospital. No, it would crawl fully formed out of a glowing laptop at 3:47 a.m., holding a USB drive, whispering, "I found the screenshots." E2Extra is what happens when curiosity, accountability, and unhealthy amount of internet exposure combine into a single organism. Think of it less as a channel and more as a research facility with a sense of humor. Scientists believe E2Extra evolved naturally in the wild internet ecosystem after prolonged exposure to comment sections, Discord servers, and bro trust me sources. Where other channels saw chaos, E2Extra saw data. Where others said, "That's probably nothing," E2Extra said, "Let's run that through 14 tabs, archived links, and basic logic." This channel does not hunt creeps with pitchforks. It approaches them with with the way a biologist approaches a suspicious mushroom, carefully, methodically, and with gloves on. The mission statement here, at its core, E2Extra exists to expose creepy behavior, misinformation, and sketchy online actions, especially when people try to hide behind clout, followers, or fake apologies written by a PR team and a shush dogs. Anyway, this channel does not scream, it does not rush, it calmly places the evidence on the table and says, "So explain this," and then it waits, which is somehow way scarier. Let's break this down academically. Step one, the observation. Something weird happens online. A message, a pattern, a joke that isn't a joke. Step two, the hypothesis. Either this is wildly misunderstood or someone is being extremely creepy. Step three is data collection. Things like screenshots, timelines, context, archived pages, not vibes, not rumors, receipts. Step 4, analysis. Who said what, when, why, and why they are suddenly deleting things. Step 5 is the conclusion. Delivered calmly, clearly, and occasionally with a joke that makes you exhale sharply through your nose. This is not drama. This is internet forensics. Now, exposing creeps is serious business, but E2Extra understands something crucial. If you present the truth with zero humor, people get defensive. If you present it with just enough humor, people listen. E2Extra doesn't laugh at victims, it laughs at terrible excuses, wild mental gymnastics, apologies that start with, I'm sorry if anyone felt. Because if you say, I'm sorry if, congratulations, you just failed the empathy exam. The humor disarms you. Then the facts walk in and sit down. If E2Extra were physically present, imagine E2Extra as a humanoid creature in a lab coat. It doesn't yell, it doesn't chase, it just adjusts. You know, it adjusts its glasses and it says, interesting, you claim this never happened, yet here it is happening. It drinks coffee like it's conducting life support. It hasn't slept since 2019, and it absolutely knows what you deleted. This creature doesn't want fame, it wants clarity, and maybe better comment moderation tools. Who this channel is not for. Let's be clear. If you hate accountability, you think evidence is cancel culture, believe consequences are oppression, E2Extra may cause symptoms such as sweaty palms, defensive comments, sudden social media breaks for mental health. Consult your PR team immediately. Who this channel is for. This channel is for people who believes victims deserve to be heard. Facts matter more than follower count. The internet should be safer than a dark alley with Wi-Fi. It's for viewers who want to understand what actually happened, not just who shouted the loudest. The final warning, E2Extra is not angry. It is not biased. It is not coming for random people. It is simply paying attention. And in an age where everybody hopes you won't, that's revolutionary. So if you're doing nothing wrong, relax. If you are doing something wrong, well, the organism has noticed. In conclusion, E2Extra is not just a YouTube channel. It is a microscope aimed at the internet. A reminder that actions have trails. And proof that accountability can, coexist with humor. So, subscribe if you enjoy evidence, calm explanations, and watching bad behavior crumble under basic logic. Because somewhere out there, a creep just said, no one will ever find out, and E2Extra just opened a new tab. We are always watching. Yes, sir, we are always watching. Exactly. So, guys, in case none of y'all know what a Chromo sapien is, today I present a case study from the field of speculative behavior science. A creature, a phenomenon, a walking red flag wrapped in confidence. The subject is known only as E2. Now, before we begin, I must stress E2 is not a real person. E2 is a theoretical organism, a composite life form constructed from patterns observed across the digital ecosystem. Any resemblance, to real individuals is not coincidence. It is statistically inevitable. After extensive peer review, by which I mean arguing in group chats, E2 has been classified as a Chromo sapien. What is a Chromo sapien? A Chromo sapien is a humanoid entity whose defending trait is having opinions far stronger than their evidence, combined with an uncanny ability to survive consequences. They thrive online, they fear receipts, they molt personalities when exposed. E2 is a high functioning Chromo sapien, meaning he speaks confidently, gestures vaguely towards, context, and insists everyone else is overreacting. E2 appears outwardly normal, sort of, and this is how he gets you. He uses familiar phrases like, "You're talking to the wrong guy. It was just a joke. I didn't mean it like that. Why are you obsessed with me?" Classic Chromo sapien calls. When confronted with evidence, E2 exhibits a rare defense mechanism known as selective amnesia with Wi Fi access, forgetting events that somehow still exist in screenshots. Now, we arrive at the most debated aspect of the E2 study. Some researchers have proposed the E2 paradox. If a being repeatedly displays boundary crossing behavior, fixation on minors, or inappropriate power dynamics, but insists they are innocent, what are we observing? To be clear, no conclusion is stated, only patterns are examined. In scientific terms, E2 exists in a quantum state of suspicion, simultaneously denying wrongdoing while behaving in ways that make everyone uncomfortable. This does not make E2 guilty, it makes E2 concerning. And in research ethics, concerning is the word that precedes investigation. E2 communicates in long paragraphs that say very little. He uses passive voice, emotional deflection, and ancient Chromo sapien technique known as victim reversal. Example, instead of saying, "That was inappropriate," E2 says, "I'm hurt that you'd assume I'd ever be capable of something so horrible." Note the absence of denial. Note the presence of vibes. It's fascinating. E2 surrounds himself with younger, more impressionable followers. Loyal defenders who say he wouldn't do that, and moderators who delete questions for negativity. This is known as environmental shielding. In the wild, Chromo sapiens use this to avoid predators such as accountability, context, chronological timelines. Now, some ask, why are we laughing? Because humor is a diagnostic tool. When E2 is joked about, he reacts disproportionately. Laughter weakens the Chromo sapiens' ego. Satire bypasses their defenses. E2 can survive anger. E2 cannot survive being seen clearly. After observing E2, the board concludes E2 may not be a criminal, E2 may not be innocent, E2 is definitely not trustworthy, and in science, that is earned through transparency, not vibes. E2 refuses transparency. He prefers fog. Every E2 incident follows the same lifestyle. Behavior occurs. Concerns are raised. E2 denies everything. E2 refrains himself as the victim. E2 disappears briefly. E2 returns unchanged. This is called behavior respawn. E2, the Chromo sapien, teaches us something important. Not every threat looks like a monster. Some look like confidence, charisma, and well practiced apology voice. The danger isn't, certainty. The danger is unchecked patterns. And E2 is nothing if not a pattern. So, as researchers, observers, and internet citizens, we must remember you don't need a verdict to set boundaries. You don't need proof beyond doubt to say this feels wrong. And you don't need to hate E2 to refuse to ignore him. E2 may be, non fictional, but the Chromo sapien species is very real. And the best defense against them is not outrage, it's attention. Guys, thank you for attending this lecture, and if you are done here, please exit calmly. E2 is watching. And then there is also how do I explain this? There's also the other side of the Chromo sapien, you know. And guys, this is not a celebration. It's not a roast. It is not entertainment. It's a case study. Tonight we examine a fictional entity known as E2. A constructed figure used, to understand a specific behavioral pattern that appears again and again in digital environments. Hang on, guys. There we go. What the fuck? Anyway, as we know, E2 belongs to a speculative species called Chromo sapiens. And again, Chromo sapiens resemble humans in every visible way. They speak, fairly fluently. They smile at the, correct moments, sort of, and they understand roles well enough to skirt them. You know, what separates them is not biology, but behavior under scrutiny. They don't always panic when questioned. They do not confess, they reframe. E2 does not do anything overt. This is the first mistake people make when observing him. He does not act monstrous. He acts adjacent. E2 exists in margins. Private messages, Snapchat, misunderstood comments, and, power imbalances disguised as friendliness. Nothing dramatic, nothing loud, just enough to make the room feel colder. Researchers disagree on what E2 is. Some argue E2 is simply socially maladaptive. Others, believe E2 is deeply manipulative. And a third group raises a more disturbing hypothesis that E2 demonstrates predatory behaviors consistent with predatory patterns. To be precise and ethical, no conclusion is reached. But the data does not disappear because it is uncomfortable. E2's behavior clusters around those with less power, less experience, and less ability to push back. This is not proof, it is direction. E2's speech is careful. He avoids absolutes. He avoids denial that can be disproven. He prefers emotional language over factual language. When confronted, E2 does not ask, "What did I do?" He asks, "Why are you doing this to me?" This is a critical distinction. One seeks clarity, the other seeks control of the narrative. When attention increases, E2 does not escalate, he withdraws. Silence is a Chromo sapien survival response. E2 disappears not to reflect, not to change, but to let memory decay. He returns once the environment feels safe again. Patterns resume, they always do. E2 is rarely alone. He cultivates defenders, not through loyalty, but through ambiguity. He never gives followers enough information to judge him accurately, only enough to doubt those who question him. This creates fog, and fog is where Chromo sapiens thrive. E2 is not frightening because he is loud. E2 is frightening because he is patient, because he understands rules well enough to bend them, because he knows exactly how far is too far and then stops half a step before it. Because when someone says this feels wrong, E2 can say, feeling isn't evidence, and he will technically be correct. Modern systems are built to respond to certainty. E2 operates in uncertainty. He exploits the gap between this is legal and this is alarming. By the time certainty arrives, damage is often already done. E2 may never be proven guilty of anything. That is not the point. E2 demonstrates how harm can exist without conviction, how danger can persist without resolution, and how systems fail when they demand protection from victims and offer patience to patterns. E2 does not need to be a monster to be a warning. E2 the Chromo sapien reminds us of something deeply unsettling. Not all threats announce themselves. Some wait, some adapt, some rely on our discomfort with saying something is wrong unless we can prove everything is wrong. E2 is real. But if this feels familiar, if this feels uncomfortably recognizable, that is not coincidence. That is recognition. And I am going to expand just a little bit because E2 does not exist alone. No Chromo sapien ever does. Where E2 represents the behavior under scrutiny, there is often a second organism present. Less subtle, less careful, but equally important to the ecosystem. Researchers have designated this secondary figure Metalhead. Metalhead is also non fictional, but kind of fictional. But again, recognizable. Metalhead is a facilitator class Chromo sapien. Where E2 avoids clarity, Metalhead attacks it. Where E2 retreats, Metalhead advances, loudly, aggressively, and without reflection. Metalhead does not initiate the behavior of concern. Metalhead does something far more damaging. He normalizes it. Metalhead's role is not, secrecy, it is permission. When concerns are raised about E2, Metalhead responds immediately, not by examining facts, but by reframing from, conversation itself. Um, he says things like, people are too sensitive now. You're reading into it. This is just how people start shit. They're trying to cancel him. Metalhead shifts the focus away from the behavior onto the reaction to it. This is critical because once concern is framed as hysteria, the behavior becomes invisible. Metalhead presents himself as honest, blunt, and unfiltered. This is a performance. In reality, Metalhead's defending trait is more laziness. He does not ask whether something is appropriate, he asks whether it can be defended. And if it can be defended, even weakly, he defends it aggressively. Not because he understands it, but because understanding would require effort. Unlike E2's careful ambiguity, Metalhead speaks in absolutes. He mocks boundaries. He ridicules discomfort. He treats caution as weakness. When someone expresses, unease, Metalhead does not engage. He invalidates. This serves two purposes. It discourages further discussion. It signals to E2 that environment is still safe. Metalhead is not a shield, he is a signal flare. The presence of Metalhead dramatically increases harm, not because he acts, but because he teaches others not to question. Observers learn quickly, though. Speaking up and you'll be attacked. Stay silent and you'll be accepted. Over time, silence becomes the norm, and silence is fertile ground. Metalhead and E2 share an unspoken agreement. E2 never has to explain himself fully. Metalhead never has to think deeply. Together, they create a closed system where doubt is betrayal, inquiry is harassment, and patterns are coincidences. That is not friendship. It's a mutual protection through denial. E2 is concerning. Metalhead is dangerous. Because E2 requires conditions to persist, Metalhead creates those conditions. Without Metalhead, E2 is isolated. With Metalhead, E2 is validated. History shows us clearly. Harm rarely survives alone. It survives because someone says this is fine. Metalhead will never see himself as complicit. In his own narrative, he is brave and honest, the only one telling it like it is. But from an external perspective, Metalhead is not a truth teller. He is an echo, repeating just enough noise to drown out concern. If E2 represents questionable behavior, Metalhead represents the failure of community. Not the failure to punish, the failure to pause. In, in the study of Chromo sapiens, this is the most unsettling finding of all. The greatest damage is not done by those who act in shadows, but by those who stand in the light and insist there is nothing to see. And what's going on, Sue? Now, guys, there's one more specimen that I think we need to highlight, because every Chromo sapien system requires balance, Where E2 is ambiguity and Metalhead is aggression, there is always a third presence, quieter, cleaner, and a little more respectful. Um, Researchers refer to this as Genie. Genie Jeannie, is not fictional, and her function isn't either. Jeannie is a stabilizer class Chromo sapien. She does not initiate harm. She doesn't really openly defend it. She does something more effective. She manages perception. Jeannie exists to make the environment feel safe to E2, especially when it isn't. Jeannie speaks softly. She uses words like, let's not jump to conclusions. Both sides deserve grace. This is getting out of hand, and we don't have all the information. Each statement is reasonable in isolation. Together, they form paralysis. Jeannie's primary skill is delay. When concerns arise about E2, Jeannie does not deny them outright. She reframes them, as miscommunication, drama, a timing issue, a tone problem. The question stops being, is this behavior acceptable, and becomes, is this the right moment to talk about it? And that moment never comes. Jeannie believes herself to be ethical. This belief is sincere. She does not see herself as a complicit because she never raises her voice, never insults anyone, never explicitly condones harm. She prides herself on being reasonable, but reason without action is not neutrality. It is maintenance. Jeannie avoids certainty at all costs. Where E2 avoids facts and Metalhead avoids reflection, Jeannie avoids conclusions. She insists on endless context, endless nuance, and endless patience. This creates loop where harm always almost addressable but never addressed, if you will. Jeannie is often trusted, by those like Adrian. She is usually calm, fairly level headed, and the adult in the room. This makes her uniquely dangerous. When Jeannie speaks, Adrian and E2 listen. Not because she's right, but because she sounds safe. His safety is persuasive. Jeannie never tells E2 he is innocent. She does something subtler. She tells everyone this isn't the time. E2 hears that message clearly. Metalhead hears it as approval, and silence resumes. Together, the three Chromo sapiens form a closed system. E2 creates concern. Metalhead attacks concern. And Genie smooths concern away. No single member appears responsible. That is the point. Responsibility dissolves across the group until no one can be held. E2 is suspicious, Metalhead is hostile, and Genie is convincing. She allows the system to survive without chaos, without outrage, and without visible conflict. And systems that appear calm are rarely questioned. Jeannie will never be remembered as cruel. She will be remembered as kind, fair, and measured. And history is full of moments where kindness was present and harm continued anyway. The Chromo sapien threat is not a single figure, it is a structure. E2 is the behavior, Metalhead is the defense, and Genie is the atmosphere. Remove one and the system weakens. Leave all three intact and the system persists indefinitely, quietly, efficiently, and without ever needing to prove itself right. That is the most unsettling finding of this research. Not that harm exists, but that it can be made to feel normal. And guys, I hope that sort of clarifies for anybody who don't quite understand, what's going on here with this channel and stuff. I hope that helps clarify things. If that clarified things, please put a 1 in the chat, folks. Awesome. Awesome. It looks like it has clarified for a handful of people. Perfect, perfect. To those of you who it did not clarify things for, please feel free to attend daily. And over time, it will start to make sense to y'all. Oh wow, guys. Um, 1 second here, guys. Fuck. If this buffers, I'm sorry, but give me a second. All right. But anyway, guys, I actually had just gotten the other report here. Coincidentally, it came in, at the same time as the rest, but there's another figure here that's involved that I was unaware of. But I think it's very important, that the channel knows, that if E2 is the behavior, Metalhead is the justification, and Genie is the atmosphere, then Adrian is the threat. Adrian, you know, is unmistakable. Adrian belongs to a rare but highly, destructive subtype known as the enforcer class Chromo sapien, where other Chromo sapiens rely on ambiguity, delay, or rhetoric. Adrian relies on something simpler: fear. Adrian does not debate, he does not contextualize, he does not soften. He steps forward. Adrian is openly loyal to E2, not ideologically, not morally, personally. He defends E2 the way one defends a, possession, with territorial aggression and absolute certainty. When E2 is questioned, Adrian responds not with arguments, but with pressure, intimidation, harassment, mockery, escalation. The goal is not to win the conversation, the goal is to end it. Adrian prides himself on confrontation. He frames thug behavior, verbal or implied, as honesty. You know, that thuggish, ruggish aggression as strength, dominance as truth. If E2 is exposed, Adrian does not retreat. He squares up. He floods comment sections under names calling people faggots. He targets critics directly. He dares people to keep talking. This is not defense, it is deterrence. He uses, like threats disguised as jokes, insults framed as keeping it real or, thugging it out, bro. Loyalty tests disguised as arguments. Metalhead mocks concern, Genie delays it, and Adrian, he just straight punishes it. People who speak up are not just dismissed, they are targeted. They will be put into future songs, and this changes the ecosystem. Observers don't stay silent because they're unsure. They stay silent because they're afraid to be the next song on Adrian Ascona. Adrian and E2 share an unspoken agreement. E2 does not have to engage directly. Adrian ensures, no one gets close enough to force him to. E2 stays clean. Adrian gets down and dirty with E2's mother. The division of labor is efficient. Guys, I don't really like this study. The report on Adrian doesn't seem 100% accurate. I'm going to send this back to the lab and have them look into a few things. Now there are some parts that, they say that Adrian does not believe E2 is innocent. He believes innocence is irrelevant. What matters is control of space. Who speaks, who leaves, and who learns that speaking costs more than silence. In this way, Adrian is not just a defender, he is a boundary enforcer. But not for safety, it's for dominance. With Adrian present, the Chromo Sapiens system hardens. E2 feels untouchable. Metalhead feels validated. Genie feels justified in calling for calm. And those outside the system feel smaller. This is how structures survive. Not through persuasion, but through exhaustion. So, their final observation was Adrian will never claim neutrality. He will never ask for nuance. He will never pretend to be kind. He will just say, if you don't like it, leave. Because we're thugging it out, bro. And many will just leave. That's the point. So, the four Chromo sapiens together form a complete cycle. E2 commits the behavior, Metalhead excuses it, Genie sanitizes it, and Adrian enforces it. By the time harm is acknowledged, the space has already been cleared of those who might object. This is not chaos, it is organization, and it does not require conspiracy, only alignment. It's a very toxic cycle. Oh, there's been a whole lot of exploring going on between the trio. Good luck to you and Tom, Sue. I've been blowing shit out of my fucking head for almost 2 weeks now after I got sick like that. I think there's a good chance that he helps them. Zom. Absolutely, absolutely. And whenever Metalhead goes down this summer vacation, I believe it's going to be a foursome. They're going to force them to do stuff together. And guys, I would have never classified Metalhead as a Chromo Sapien had he not deleted the Discord the way he did. But that shows me he's a shady motherfucker. I tried 2 times to like that guy. Even after the other night here, I tried to like him. And it didn't fucking work out because he got shady immediately after and fucking deleted shit. What do you mean, may I ask how he did it? Like, oh, with Metalhead? Metalhead don't want to look, Metalhead got super defensive over us looking into shit. Yeah, yes, Ethan. We were doing a live stream, and I got pissed off at him. So I come on live stream to tell everybody and talk about it, and he came in here and was talking, and I timed him out for 24 hours on on 3 of his accounts, and then Later after the live stream, I hit him up on, well, he actually hit me up on Discord, and I decided to hit him back after the live stream was over, and I talked to him a little bit, and he sent me some screenshots and some conversation and stuff about things. And next thing you know, in the morning, I woke up and I looked at the Discord because I was going to send him a message. In every fucking screenshot and everything he sent me vanished. It was all gone. And I didn't even notice it till I tried to send him a message and it said, "You're the only one in this chat." And I looked and all Metalhead's fucking comments and fucking screenshots that he had just sent me 5 hours before were gone. Because he was fucking, too afraid, because if that shit would have fucking got out, it would have fucking exposed his fucking ways. But I would have never put it out there. And fucking whatever, dude. He's a fucking shade ball. Shady as fuck. It was another thing just like Jay. We're in the middle of a discussion and he fucking deleted his account. Metalhead and me were in the middle of a fucking conversation and gone. Now, guys, don't get it twisted. Metalhead is the same person as somebody else, and I'm not talking Frank White. He's the same person as somebody else that everybody knows. But, and if he ever comes in here fucking talking, I'll make sure to fucking, point it out. I even told Metalhead that I would not allow anybody to ban him over here or block him. And I even told him, that we will not make direct accusations, but we will not refrain from looking into things and voicing our opinion on the things we find. And we agreed on that. Next thing you know, deleted everything. Boom. Look, Ethan, stuff is way more messed up than a lot of people, I think, really understand. I'm not saying that people are stupid and stuff like that. I'm just saying that it's way deeper than a lot of people look, I believe. Oh yeah, the sickos run fucking deep. Fucking deep. Hey, to the person that I just texted, I don't know if that's a actual phone or if that's a app, but if it's an app and you don't get notifications, I just sent you another message. Oh yeah, it's very fucking crazy. Very crazy. But any fucking way, I don't know if I let y'all hear this yet or not, but let me pull up a song. We'll actually pull up a playlist of songs that I've put together.
Pixelized glow blue, there was a character named E2 that might be a chomo hid behind a YouTube view. Build a castle out of comments substacked high, but secrets weigh a ton when the truth goes live. Late night stream, red dot on, no disguise. Snake boy hits the questions, I'm your erase the lights. Receipts on the screen, silence in the chat. Mask crack loud when the lies fall flat. He logged out quick, hit delete and ran. Tried to erase the past with a shaking hand, but the internet remembers and never forgets. When you dance with the dark, you pay the debt. E2, double life exposed. Click delete channel, but the story froze. When the stream went live and the truth broke through, you can't outrun the shadow and it's part of you too. Just Ashley spoke softly. Ethan stayed calm, just asking the questions. No pitchforks, no bombs, not a mob, not a hunt. Just lied in the room, and lies don't survive when you live the gloom. Screens went quiet, avatar gone. Username vanished by the break of dawn, but whispers stay loud in the digital hall. Cause actions echo even after the fall. Then came a voice with a different face. Two names, one mic, same time take. Metalhead by night, Frank White by day. Bending every truth just to make it okay. E2, double life exposed. Deleted the channel, but the damage grows. When the fans scream louder than the pain you cause. That's not loyalty, yeah, that's applause for the flaw. You can't defend the indefensible. Can't remix wrong and unreasonable. Two names, don't pins or right and claim. They just spread the smoke around the flame. No, this ain't about cloud views or fame. It's about lines you don't cross in the game. Fictional tale, but the moral's true. Power don't save you when the truth sees you. E2, tale carved in code. A warning sign on a digital road. When the stream goes live and the mass undo, the internet's mirror looks back at you. Log out, but hear this sound. Fiction or not, truth comes around. Two names, one lie won't make it right. You can't defend the dark when it fears a lie. Ooh. Log out. Yeah. Once upon a timeline, pixel lights glow. There was a character named E2. Hid behind a YouTube view. Built a castle out of comments substack. High but secrets weigh a ton when the truth goes live. Late night stream, red dot on, no disguise. Snake boy hits the questions on you, love, raise the lights. Receipts on the screen, silence in the chat. Mask crack loud when the lies fall flat. He logged out quick, hit delete and ran. Try to erase the past with the shaking hand, but the internet remembers and never forgets. When you dance with the dog, you pay the debt. E2, double life exposed. Click delete channel, but the story froze. When the stream went live and the truth broke through, you can't outrun the shadow when it's part of you. Yeah. Just Ashley spoke softly. Ethan stayed calm, just asking the questions. No pitchforks, no bombs, not a mob, not a hunt. Just light in the room, and lies don't survive when you lift the gloom. Screens went quiet, avatar gone. Username vanished by the break of dawn, but whispers stay loud in the digital hall. Cause actions echo even after the fall. Then came a voice with a different face. Two names, one mic, same tire. Take metalhead by night, Frank White by day. Bending every truth just to make it okay. E2, double life exposed. Deleted the channel, but the damage grows. When defenders scream louder than the pain you cause. That's not loyalty, that's applause for the flaw. You can't defend the indefensible. Can't remix wrong into reasonable. Two names on plans of right and claim. They just spread the smoke around the flame. This ain't about clout, views, or fame. It's about lines you don't cross in the game. Fictional tale, but the moral's true. Power don't save you when the truth sees you. E2, tale carved in code. A warning sign on a digital road. When the stream goes live and the mass undo, the internet's mirror looks back at you. Log out, but hear this sound. Fiction or not, truth comes around. Two names, one lie won't make it right. You can't defend. Yeah. There once was a channel 8 night blue, username shining bright E2. Hit up low, chasing cloud and fame, living behind a screen and a username. The whispers grew in the comment feed. Something felt off, something wrong indeed. In this digital town where secrets don't stay, the truth loads fast and the lies decay. Screenshots flying, receipts in hand. The internet judge a ruthless land. When you move in shadows and think you're free, the algorithm remembers everything you delete. OE2, where'd your channel go? Hit delete when the pressure rolls. Caught in the glare of a pixelated light. Exposed in the comments, live every night. When the truth came through like a hard reboot, the trolls stood up and followed the proof. You can't mute the past, you can't undo. The internet remembers you. E2. Enter the trolls from the underground. Simula laughing, circling round. Just fastly talking, receipts on display. Ethan breaking it down line by line, okay. Papa Bear growling, Snake Boy too. Daddy Troll watching every move you do. They weren't heroes, they weren't kind. Just spirits held up to a twisted mind. Every live stream, every claim fell apart when they said your name in this tale of clicks and broken trust. Your own words turned to digital dust. OE2, where'd your channel go? Hit delete when the pressure rolls. From trending tabs to a silent page. Another cautionary internet age. You tried to vanish, start brand new, but the screenshots sang the truth right through. You can't mute the past, you can't undo. The internet remembers you. E2. This is just a story, a warning sign, but masked online and crossing lines. Fame's not armor, clout's not proof, and every lie has a digital too. OE2, in this fictional tale, your channel fell and your cover failed. When the comment storm finally came for you, the screen went dark, the account did too. So log this song in the archive blues of deleted names and lost views. Remember the lesson, this story true. You can't outrun truth, not even you. E2.
You long pecker? That ain't what I was told.
Hey, but Ramon fucked in the truth. Ramon Terror.
No, Zom, I thought it was Snuggies and Huggies.
Once was a guy named E2. He go live like he had something to prove. Camera on, ego strong, Chad moving slow. Said I'm untouchable. Yeah, it turns out no. Talk real big like he ran the scene, but receipts don't lie and neither do memes. Screenshots flying like a late night storm, and the comments got louder than the platform he's on. He said they're just trolls, they don't know me, but the truth hit harder than the Wi-Fi slowly. Hit the delete button, channel gone dark. Time Peter lit the match, left the permanent mark. Just Ashley talking, Jamie Ross on the road. Wayne Curl like a Snake Boy, Daddy Troll. Thought he was winning, thought he was clean, but the internet saw everything in between. Now the channel's a ghost, just a digital shell. E2 disappeared when the truth rang a bell. Yeah, he played victim when the pressure got real. Same old script, same fake appeal. Said out of context, said they obsessed, but every excuse just failed the test. Live stream nights turned into quarter check. Every live folded like a cheap snapback. While the trolls just watch, popcorn ready. Truth so heavy, even lies weren't steady. You can mute a mic, you can block a name, but you can't outrun screenshots in the hall of shame. In the hall of shame. In the hall. Hit the delete button. Go live again, cameras shaking, confidence set to 10. 260 subs on the screen looking proud, but 50 folks watching and they ain't being kind now. Chat moves fast, but it's all the same name. Laugh emojis flying while he talks about fame. Says I'm blowing up, yeah, I'm next in line. While the light count freeze at a solid 2 every time. 2 likes fame, was king of his mind. Winning every battle that he's losing online. Trolls in the seats, but he calls in fans. Clown shoes on, swearing he's the man. 2 likes fame, but can't tell what's real. Slipping on lies like banana peels. Living that dream in a comment war. While the whole chat laughs, yelling encore. Got a mother so old, looking wrinkled in time. Still somehow dragging to the storyline. And ignorance there, yeah, homeboy pride. Dating his mom right there on the side. Jason spins tails like a late night show. Every sentence bigger than the one before. Pathological story stack sky high, but the truth taps out every time he goes live. 2 likes fame, a fool of a chat. Crown made an ego, throne made a crap. Says they just jealous, I'm doing just fine. While he refreshes the likes for the 9th damn time. 2 likes famous headline in his head. Reality lost, but the screen stays ready. Bounce to the mirror, apart from himself. Puts the illusions up on the shelf. Yeah, zombie snapping, roasting them raw. Just Ashley laughing like she's seen it before. Patrick chimes in, picks them apart. Precision strikes straight to the ego and heart. Ethan's dream about moon rocks and space, while Jason argues with the username named Base. JT Thomas, every word he says. Perfect impression, got the chat in the mess. Snake boy lurks with the troll dad grin. Daddy troll raised them all to win. Master class in how to provoke. Pull one string, watch Jason choke. 2 likes famous, legend alone. Built a whole empire out of air and the phone. Laugh track rolling every night at 8. He thinks it's love, but his troll don't make it hate. 2 likes famous, curtain won't fall. Star of the circus, he doesn't recall. While the chat keeps laughing and the truth deploys. Jason McAllister, king of the noise. Streaming's quiet, screen goes black. Still swearing tomorrow's a comeback. 2 likes blink like a warning sign. But tonight, yeah, he thinks he's still winning this time. Yeah. Yeah, boys got love. Yeah, Jason McAllister goes live again. Confidence loud, intelligence thin. Talks to the chat like he's running the net. But the only thing growing is the list of regrets. Fake ghost, fake clout, fake sense of worth. Man argues with memes like they owe him rent. Calls trolls fans with a straight ass face. Buddy, even silence left the space. No fans, just laughter, pointing stares. I'm your Louise and Ferrer. Just Ashley roasting, 0 don't miss. Papa Bear cooking like this is a grill. Jamie Logs blanket like, what did I see? Snake boys and daddy troll got custody. And no fans just laughter, honestly. Sam, you know he's a parade. Now cue the mom, yeah. Enable supreme. Defending nonsense like it's family creed. Every bad take, rap in delusion and pride. 0 logic, infinite ride. My son is right. She types real fast. My reality trips her on the way to facts. Common sense knock. She locked the door. You blame the world when it left the porch. Adrian Anderson, loud, dead, wrong, bold. Speaks with authority, borrow from old. No research, no clue, just vibes and noise. Echoing Jason like a bootleg toy. Thinks he's the brain, thinks he's the spine. But the bar's underground and he still can't climb. 3 mouths talking, 0 thoughts shared. A group project where nobody cared. Go no fans, just laughter, family pack. Every stream's a public crack. Zombula laughs, Ashley clips quick. 0 dismantles you brick by brick. Papa Bear size, Jamie vlog stunts. Snake boys and daddy troll raised everyone. No fans just rev, they're feeling bad. Every stream's a public crack. Zombula laughs, Ashley clips quick. 0 dismantles you brick by brick. Papa Bear size, Jamie vlog stunts. Snake boys and daddy troll raised everyone. They swear they're famous, swear they're fair, but it'll rain like cores. I'm your little Ashley, 0-1 Q. Papa Bear, Jamie Block, see it through. Snake boy, the daddy troll on the road. Chasing his mom and Adrian. Oh, three dumbasses sharing one soul. Screaming busted. Ding, ding, dong. Share refreshes. Everyone's moving on.
Yep, the snake boy is the daddy troll. He raised every one of them. I made one last night, but I didn't know if I liked it or not. But I'll play it here for y'all to see if you like it or not. Give me a second here. All right, here we go. I think it's this one.
They call him mid-war, shadows in his way. Soft-spoken word.
Got you, not good.
Calculated. He tells his story like a shield in hand. Twists every truth so you'll understand. Says, I can't help it, this is how I'm made. But there's a line between hurt and charade. You see the cracks when the lights go low. Patterns don't lie when the lies all show. Don't blame the stars, don't blame the brain. Don't wrap your harm in a medical name. If you cross the line, that choice is yours. No diagnosis opens like doors. It will hear the truth ring through. Autism's not the sin. The sin is you. He studies hearts like a hunting ground. Mirrors emotions, wears them down. Plays the victim, plays confused. Only sorry when he's accused. But difference never meant deceit. Being wide, unique, ain't a license to cheat. Real struggles, real, but so's the blame. You don't get to set fire and dodge the flame. Don't blame the stars, don't blame the brain. Don't dress your damage up as pain. Boundaries broken, trust undone. That's not a trade, that's what you've done. Lies don't make it true. Autism
But yes, you are right, Ashley. That song was more of a real, legitimate type song, versus a cracking fucking jokes type thing at them. It was more of a, you know, autism's not the excuse, the excuse is you. So, but this channel you're talking about, I'm gonna check it out. But if it is seriously law enforcement watching this shit, um, I don't know that I want to, drag that attention over here. So we'll see though. All right, guys. Well, I got to run to the site here. I will be back tonight. We'll kick something off 7:30, 8 o'clock, something like that. All of my East Coast family knows, about what time I go live. Yeah, I agree, Zom. I agree. But yeah, it wasn't a song kissing his ass or nothing. It was saying, that the shit's not an excuse, even if it is a disability. It's, you're a fucking idiot. So, yeah, I'm gonna go over there and check him out, and I'll get the feel for him, and if he's all right, fucking, Hey, wait a minute. There we go. Fuck. God damn it. Jesse, you dumb motherfucker. Alright, I'll see you later, guys. Peace.